We're Eckomix, music inspired by real human experiences, the moments people don't always say out loud. There's a moment where something just doesn't feel right anymore, even if you can't explain why. What kind of moment does this song come from?
Morning.
Good morning.
How are you today?
I'm fine. How about yourself?
Good. I'm really excited about this song because I love Solar Vega, the singer, and I love the Mediterranean style music. So let's talk about the song first.
Let's do it.
What inspired you first with the music for this style of Mediterranean music?
Well, the style goes with Solar's voice and her own personal style, and I love the fact that it's across the world. It's a very universal feeling. So I needed to go somewhere outside the my own comfort zone of music that I listen to. So that's the music part of it. The idea is much more about how you can reflect back at life and find yourself to be the designer of your destiny rather than someone who is observing it.
So I would love to explore, the lyrics and the words of this song. But first, I want to know, like, what inspired you? What inspired you for this song in particular? The mood, the setting, the words.
My songs have a theme, and the themes, a lot of them again cross over because it's all about life. Life being something that you kind of grab by the collar and say, "I want to live you," rather than I'm living. Let's see where it takes me. So this song is about how she reflects back at her life, and instead of looking at the pitfalls and the things that didn't work, looking at the things that worked and how she has been the one to create the path for herself.
When I listen to this song, I know the words are deep, but it's such an uplifting, fun song. I find myself swaying to it. So, if we could talk about the music, do you think when you're creating the music for this song, I want it to be uplifting? I want people to dance. I want people to, hum along.
Yeah, and it's maybe I didn't think of it as a dance song so much more of a uplifting spiritual song because the theme of the story is such that you're looking at your life in a very it would and I don't want to say rose-colored glasses, but it's the clarity that you have, and that clarity should be very uplifting rather than thinking, "Oh, this is kind of my life." It's much more like, "This is my life," and that's what I was aiming for.
When you replay the song for yourself, do you find yourself tapping your feet or swaying a bit?
I find myself smiling, and not just externally, but internally. Uh, Not only do well, I may be biased because I wrote the song, but I love the lyrics and I love Slur's voice, but it's also the spiritual aspect of it that is uplifting about knowing how you can exert your own control, your own perspectives, your own motivation and drive into your life. And if you want to ask me more specific questions, I can answer that.
Oh, absolutely. I'd love to go over the lyrics with you. So, right off from the beginning, I've wandered corridors of memories keep through silent chambers where the shadows sleep.
Right. So not everything is clear when she starts out, right? She's going through her life, reflecting back. And when she looks back, the shadows mean that it's not so clear. And so there's a lot of depth to that as well. But the idea is that she's trying to figure out um, some of the things that have happened. How much of it was she aware of? How much of it was hidden? How much of it is clear? And how much of it's still just I see the shadow, but I don't see the image creating it.
I've wandered corridors of memories keep through silent chambers where the shadows sleep.
Then the very next line is each forked path a riddle, each dawn a plea. I've traced the architecture of what's become of me. I love that. When you talk about architecture, what are you talking about?
Okay. Yeah, this is one of my earlier songs, so I spent a lot of time going over the lyrics because, fine tuning it. So uh, she is going to architecture, refers to the fact that she's the designer, she's the sculptor, but she's the sculpture herself. Her life is a sculpture. So she's creating the path that is uh, is become who she is. And she's going to the idea that when she looks back, she sees the reflection of her own actions and she's exactly where she's supposed to be because she is the inventor of her own path rather than I kind of this is a victim. I'm a victim of circumstances. She is the architect of her potentials.
Each fork path a riddle, each dawn a plea. I've traced the architecture of what's become of me.
She sounds like a very confident woman. What about people who aren't, so confident? How could these words apply to them?
Okay, but the story isn't about a confident person. It's about a person who is trying to gain insight. So having introspection. Introspection is the idea that I can look inside me and inspect who I am, how I came about. What about me is it that makes me? And do I like it? Do I like what I am? Do I like this aspect of me? And I don't care so much about this. I want to fix this. This one I'll keep. This one, oh, let's get rid of that. So that's what this is about. This is about her kind of doing this self exploration where you're looking at yourself. It's kind of what people do in therapy. And you don't want to throw out the baby with the bathwater. You want to say, I like this part of me. I want to develop this further. This part of me, okay. And that's what she's going through. So it's not a matter of having confidence, it's a matter of exploration.
By my hands, I've molded fleeting hours. By my heart, I've nurtured quiet powers. Talk to me about that.
Right. So quiet powers refers to things that you may or may not even have an awareness of. Uh, you know, one of them is having insight. The other thing is, what do I do with this insight? What do I do? What are my choices? Again, we go back to the victim versus champion. You know, a lot of people can say that they're a victim, and certainly their respect people can be victim of circumstances and situations. Yet what she's choosing to do is she's trying to figure out what part of it she has control over, that she can evolve beyond just the limitations of circumstances, beyond the limitations of events that have led her to that point. So she's taking, it's called locus of control. The locus of control is within her, and that's who holds the basically strings in my life.
By my hands, I've molded fleeting hours. By my heart, I've nurtured quiet powers.
So I know that you love to use metaphors, and river is one of those metaphors you like to use. I have stumbled, I have risen, I have seen. Life flows eternal, a river serene. I mean, it's poetry. Talk to me about
That's what I was hoping you would be. That's again, she's going back to witnessing things, but she's also taking it in. There's a difference between saying, "Well, this happened to me," or "This is what life is like." It's another to really take it in and understand the concepts of I'm here because of this, and so that's what this line is about. It's about taking it in and understanding that what is happening is partially events, partially her take of it.
I have stumbled, I have risen, I have seen. Life flows eternal, a river serene.
Then the bridge. I scaled the pinnacles, caressed the sky. Each tear, each fleeting smile, etched the Odyssey mile upon mile.
Okay, so and that's her not letting go of just the negative. It's not someone who's just looking at the positive things that happen in her life. She notices that everything had a place, and even the tears in her life were things that built the character that she is today. Nobody goes through life without suffering. Yeah, obviously some people suffer more than others. Yet it's the odyssey that she's taken on is her perspective. It's almost like if you're on a train and you're going through across the country, what is it that you pay attention to? Do you pay attention to the fact that the bathroom down the hall is has a line, or do you look out the window and see, wow, look at that mountain? And that's what this is about.
I scaled the pinnacles, caressed the sky. Each tear, each fleeting smile, etched the Odyssey mile upon mile.
And then just before the end, it's every falter, every crucible's fire forged the person who dares. What is a crucible's fire? What are you referring to it with this lyric?
Well, it's the shaping. It's shaping her, right? That's every moment in life has shaped her. And sometimes you can look back at a shape. So if you go a little bit beyond that line, you'll find out it's much more about it's not just that the shape that have become, it's the shape I've chosen. So what it refers to is that, yeah, maybe life carved out a particular edge on me, yet I have a choice to round that off.
And you say forged the person who dares. Do you have to be daring to look at your life?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And that's why I have a song called what was the song called? Yes. Oh yeah. And that's why I have a song called Hero of My Own Story. Because in order for you to get to a better place, you've got to face some of your darkest places. You have to be able to be accepting of the things that have happened to you, things that you've done, things that you wish you had done differently, and having that level of acceptance, that is very heroic, and that's why it's if you dare yourself.
Every falter, every crucible's fire forged the person who dares.
To get to that point, and all the clients that I've seen throughout the years, again, they're the hero of their own story because they're the ones that say, you know what, I don't like this about myself, I want to change it. I see this about myself, I want to improve it. And that growth, that growth is what she's talking about.
Finally, and now I linger, not flawless, not free, but sovereign in the tale that resides in me.
It's ultimate acceptance of I am who I am because I'm the product of all of my experiences. I accept who I am, I see me for who I am, and I like who I am. And so therefore any changes that come about are really in my power. And I accept that independence and the sovereignty of who I am.
And now I linger, not flawless, not free, but sovereign in the tale that resides in me.
Is there anything that you would like to know, your audience to know, that I have not asked you.
You know, when I wrote this song, I saw someone singing this song in their head, very free spirited, looking back at life, but not without the understanding that some people have it tougher than others. And it's all relative. And the song's essence is not about be happy despite what happens to you. It's make the best of what you've been given, good, bad, and anywhere in between.
Well, thank you. Solare definitely does look happy in the video. As I mentioned, I feel it's a very uplifting song. So I think people can't help but have a smile on their face when they hear this song.
That's in that.
Thank you very much. I look forward to our next conversation.
Thank you.